You choose someone, you partner with them, you're like, you know what, we're gonna have babies together, we're gonna do this life thing, and we're gonna win. Okay? She dances like a streamer. Somebody can get her like a streamer. Before I start this video, I just want to say, forehead gang. Forehead gang. What it do, what it does. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse my edges, they non-existent, but you know what I'm saying. It's the forehead gang. It's the forehead gang. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome. If you're new, my name is Boipelo. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are okay. Today's video is a request. I'm basically responding to a comment. What did I say? I don't know what I said, but I don't know what I said. I will be responding to Tshegofatso Washington's comment. I will tag it somewhere. I'll include it so that you guys can pause and read. I'll try to insert it long enough for you to read for yourself. Her question was, I'm going to read the part that's relevant to the video. And she was like, so marriage is not in your plans, babes. I mean, the Bible does say sex before marriage is a sin after all. So we're still sinning regardless of whether it's with one person or not. So if you want to understand the context of this comment or question, please do watch why I don't use contraceptives video. I will link it in my description box so that you can just go click on it after this video, or before you watch it. So you can click on it before you watch this video so this video can make sense. So for me to respond to this question, so I feel like, and like before I answer, thank you so much for the comment, guys. I really like when you guys pick my brain, you know what I mean, and get me to think about things that I really don't usually think about and where I stand, you know what I'm saying. So I really appreciate you, gang, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so to answer the question, I will say this, right, guys. I am not against marriage, but yeah, I want to say that I have never ever planned on getting married. I really have never. It's not something God placed in my heart for me to go after. It's never been a goal of mine. It's never been something I look forward to in my life. Before I met my boyfriend, I basically wanted to live for my family, but ever since I met him, obviously the whole family is now a new meaning because then it's my own family. Before it was my mother, my siblings, my grandparents, but now it's a thing of like, okay, now you're creating your own family. You know what I'm saying? So I've never planned on getting married. It's just that, you know, we're blessed in different ways, and you're not in charge of your own life. Basically, I've said this in my previous videos. So yeah, you can plan as much as you want, but at the end of the day, your life is going to go how it's supposed to go. So with that said, I also want to say this, right? When it comes to religion, I have a lot of I have these discussions with my boyfriend as well, that I really have a problem with identifying as Christian, even though I do believe in God and I read the Bible, and I make it an intention to be the best person I can be in the eyes of God. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that when it comes to my relationship with God, I'm good. But when it comes to the Bible, I'm really... Hey, it's tricky, guys. It's very tricky because the Bible is very contradicting. Like it contradicts itself. And there are some things that I'm just like... we're not about to do that, bro. We're not about to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't bring myself to do certain things that are in the Bible simply because of the relationship I have with God, and the fact that I'm like, I have to have faith and have to let go of my control. So if the Bible tells me that, oh no, you can't have sex before you get married, you can't have kids outside of marriage, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then God blesses me in that way, like, am I now supposed to question my blessings? You know what I mean? There are a lot of things that I'm just like, life will never go by the book. It will never, ever. We're all blessed in different ways. And that's why there's a difference between religion and a relationship with God. So I always stand by my relationship with God, because when it comes to religion, I'm just like, you know, it's tricky. So to answer that, if you're a Christian and you feel like, oh my God, I'm supposed to get married and I'm supposed to have kids, that's fine for you. But I really don't want that pressure on myself, because I'm just like, there's no way my life is gonna be smooth sailing and whatever. I have to have my own journey, and that looks like no one else's journey. And it's certainly not gonna look like a book that was written by someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, for me, I struggle to connect with the Bible in that sense. You know what I'm saying? I draw inspiration from it, and I do try to better myself with it and connect with God more and all of that. But when it comes to these social things, let me call them that, is just the social aspect of the Bible. It made sense back then, but I'm just like, there's no way it's gonna make sense today, because not all of us want marriage, not all of us want kids, not all of us want all these things that the Bible sets as a blueprint to your life. And the Bible says that a man will leave his mother and father and then marry a woman, and you know what I'm saying, and they will become one. And if they, like, when a union is blessed, a child is born out of it, you know, all of that. It's literally a blueprint. And I'm just like, cut it. There's no way my life is gonna look like a blueprint, you know what I'm saying? So there's that. So when it comes to those social aspects of the Bible, I'm just like, wait a minute. And then also the fact that you're saying I must get married before all these things and all of that, and then you're telling me that if I get divorced it's a sin, and you're telling me that if I remarry it's a sin, and you know what I'm saying? It's just too much pressure. It's too much pressure for me to try to make my life look perfect, because then I'm just like, I need to, number one, I'm not a fan of marriage. Like, I'm not someone who looks up to marriage like, oh my God, one day that's gonna be me. Like, I'm not that person, and God knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like, God knows I'm not that person. He made me. Like, he knows what's in my heart. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, some of us, it's not gonna go that way. And if you want marriage, then you and you feel like, you know what, I'm not gonna have sex until I get married, and you know what I'm saying, and you respect marriage to that point, to that extent, like, that's beautiful. I respect marriage enough to know that I'm not just gonna jump into it because some book says so. I'm not just gonna jump into it because society says I can't have a baby without, like, being married. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lock myself up like that. I don't want to be unhappy being married. If anything, like, I'd rather be married at 40. There's no difference. Like, I'd rather be married at 40 when I'm sure. When I am sure. I don't care if let's say I live with my boyfriend for like 20 years and then we get married after 20 years. That's fine. Like, I don't really care about it as long as we're on the same page and we're committed to each other, because people make this whole marriage thing is literally just a title. Same way people are just like, oh, I don't like titles. I'm not saying I don't like titles, but it's literally what it is, because people are married but they're not really married. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not. And you see it out here where people be like, married men are the biggest hoes, and you're just like, you know what, as long as we're committed to each other and we know what we're doing together, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point of it at the end of the day. So if I'm not ready to involve the government in my union, and I'm only ready at 40 when I have my assets in order, then you know what I'm saying? The world is different today. The world is different. It's a completely different thing. So, like, I can't look at life like that, especially because it's not in my heart. See, if I wanted marriage, then I'd be like, oh, man, because in my previous relationship, I was religious, obviously, and I was pure, and I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have sex before marriage. I had a boyfriend who understood that. That was great. But the relationship ended because I had to think to myself to be like, okay, cool. Do I even want to marry? I had to be like, do I want marriage at all? Then I was like, not really. And I was like, do I want to marry him? And I was like, no, you don't. Then what are we doing? If I'm telling you that I'm with you, but we're not going to have sex until marriage, but I don't want marriage, then I'm just wasting your time. So I had to just be like, okay, cut it. But once I gathered my thoughts and was like, what do you want, Boipelo? What do you want from a relationship? What do you want in a man? What do you want from this partnership? You know what I'm saying? And I had to really open myself up and pray to God and be like, you know what? The next person I'm going to meet is literally going to be my husband. In a sense that is the commitment I am making in the eyes of God. And I've said this a lot of times. I've said that to me, sex is marriage. And that is how I defined it to God. That is how I defined marriage to God, and that is how I defined sex to him, and a partnership and a union and whatever you may call it. You know what I'm saying? So it's, when it comes to the Bible, I fight myself a lot when it comes to that. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I struggle calling myself a Christian because I'm just like, there's also something else in the Bible that I don't agree with, and it's like homosexuals, and no man shall lay with another man. It's an abomination. They deserve to die. And then people take it literally and they be killing homosexual people, and I'm just like, I'm not about that like some things, guys. I have to use common sense and be like, this book was written by a person quoting God and quoting what Jesus was saying about God and the message God was trying to convey through Jesus, right? And I'm just like thinking about it, I'm just like, so God is gonna come here and be happy that I killed someone off of my judgment when he first, when he told me himself not to judge? It's just, some things I'm just like, when you read the Bible, to be like trying to be a saint and trying to be the Almighty, when I no wrong, when I was thinking then you're gonna be like that. People who read the Bible and they're Christians and they think they're God, or they walk around judging everyone and saying, oh no, you're gay, no, oh you're this, no, no, oh you're sangoma, no, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. And the Bible says that it's an abomination, it should be looked down upon, and you shouldn't support and love these people. And I'm just like, but that doesn't make sense to me, because it's contradicting. God says, come as you are. God says that he loves me as I am. God says he will never leave me nor forsake me. God says that I made in his image. What it do, boo? And God says, do not judge. And then he's going to turn around and say, judge these people. They deserve to die. Do not love them because they are an abomination. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't. That is, I'm like, there's a difference between reading the Bible and following religion, which is literally doctrines and orders, basically. And what? Okay. Okay, baby. You want to kiss me? Kiss me. Let me kiss you. Oh. There's a difference between... What's going on? What's going on with your nose? Eh? What's going on with your nose? Ew, what's going on with your nose? Ooh. 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 There's a difference between being religious and following this book and having a relationship with God as well. Excuse me. And when you read the Bible and you get to know the kind of person Jesus was or God was through Jesus, then you will know that, does it make sense for me to You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make the point that, like, this Bible was written by someone, and this person was not perfect. This Bible was then compiled by someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Religion is man-made, and sometimes I feel like everything that was to be included in the Bible was probably not included. But it is what it is. Can you please come take your child? Bye.
Shit, this thing's hot.
Bye. Maybe that's why I'm feeling hot. Let me take this off. No, I don't have to. I've been recording. Okay, I had to change. It's getting hot in here. Anyway, as I was saying, Tshegofatso, I just feel like, yes, I read the Bible and I read it to better myself and my relationship with God through Jesus. Full stop. I also read it with understanding, and I read it the same way I would read every book out there. Is that it's a book, it was compiled by someone else. And with the Bible, it's tricky because it's multiple books compiled and made into one book. So I'm just like, I read that book with caution, because I'm just like, you know what, it's a book at the end of the day. It's open to interpretation. Like the same way American slave owners were able to use it to oppress Black people and make them believe that it is Christian to, you know what I'm saying, oppress Black people and slavery and all of that. The very same Black people who were oppressed using the Bible turned around and used the same Bible to find strength within the slavery and to find faith and belief in that this is gonna end. This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a book. Like we all know how it is. Like we perceive things differently. So I'll make this example, right? I have a problem with tithing, with 10%. There are people who believe that, religious people who believe that, oh my God, at the end of the month, I'm supposed to take my 10K, take my 1%, which is a K, take it to church. The very same person will not give 5 rand to a person begging on the street. You know what I'm saying? But then they're taking a K and taking it to church because you're going to receive your blessings, you know? And then I will read it, and this is how I read it and understood it, is that the Bible is all about principle. When I read about tithing, I'm just like, God is basically telling me to give of my time, my efforts, my money. God is just telling me to give of what I have. You know what I'm saying? Just give. If I take the very same 10K and I don't take it to church and I give it to divided amongst everyone I come across, does that not mean the same thing? Because at the end of the day, the church is the people. It's not the building. When I'm we want to build a better church, we want to build a better what. You know what I'm saying? We want to build a bigger what. We want to get screens. So you guys must pay up. You know what I'm saying? The church is not the building. The church give out to. And the church is not about toiling I'm getting your how. The church is everyone around you. You know what I'm saying? So if I take the same K and give to my younger brother, buy him airtime, or maybe I saw that he needs shoes, I buy him shoes, and then I see someone on the street and I'm just like, you know what, and you know what I'm saying, it's the same concept. Just give. But then religious people read the Bible and take it word for word and take it literal, and that is why the church has become a business. Because okay, these people are literally, hey, they are here with this thing, they're here with the Bible, you know what I'm saying? They're saying it says this, it says that, but it's all about principles, guys. To me, it's all about the principle. I also was watching a sermon by Pastor Mike Todd. I don't know if you know his church, Please check it out on YouTube. He talks a lot about relationships and sex and all of that. So yeah, that's the perfect thing to reference right now. Please check it out. Yeah. Anyway, so I was watching a sermon of his one time, and he was talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? In a spiritual sense. He describes sex saying that sex is like a fire, right? So, and he was saying that a fire is very dangerous when it's not contained. A fire almost burnt down the whole of Australia because it was not contained. You know what I'm saying? But contain it and it would it lights up a whole world. It's lighting up my video right now. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying that sex is just like fire. It needs to be contained to be powerful, to do amazing things. You know what I'm saying? That is what it was made to do. I've heard that, and I know a lot of people will take something completely different from what I'm saying, but I heard that and I was like, he is saying that sex outside of a union is dangerous, because I absolutely am a spiritual person, and I do believe in energies, and I don't believe in surface things. We are here. You know what I'm saying? Deeper levels. So I am all about that. And when he said that, I understood it, because I'm just like, that is so true. People are destroyed by their sexual or spiritual connections, and they don't know it because they focus on the surface. And people are depressed and they're going through things and they're self-sabotaging, and they just are a mess because you connect with different people, not knowing that you leave a piece of yourself every time you connect with someone, and you take a piece of them. You're not a depressed person, but then all of a sudden you are depressed. You know what I'm saying? You're not an angry person, but all of a sudden you snap at everyone in the house. So it's just like, you need to watch yourself. Nothing is ever on the surface. And you die slowly inside because you think your problems are here. Oh my God, I need more money. Oh my God, I need a better man. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? You look at things that are on the surface. Meanwhile, you're taking away from your spirit. So I am saying all of this commotion of a video to say that I understand that the Bible says sex before marriage is a sin, but I also understand that I don't want marriage. So does that then mean I can't have a partnership? I can't have a union? I can't have, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like there are people who are married and they don't want children. Does that mean you're sinning? Because God says, be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? It's internal conflict because of the relationship you have with God and the religion that you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Because at times it's just like, God is moving with me. God moves with me. The Bible forces me to stop and basically look at a book that was written 1,000 years ago, a couple of thousand years ago, and stress and not trust the journey. You know what I'm saying? It makes me question the journey. Because when I read it and it's like, oh no, you should be married, I'm just like, I don't want marriage. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. That's I'm just like, I struggle to identify as Christian because I'm just like, I trust the journey. I'm not all about, the Bible says, and the Bible says I must be married first. I don't want to be married first. I don't want to be married. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be married. So what must happen? You know what I'm saying? And now it has people believing that, oh my God, I need to marry to be fulfilled. It's just, I also will say that I don't want to be married, but I do know that ultimately life is about family. Ultimately, you will feel empty if at the end of it you are alone. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, and the Bible then makes more sense in that you were not made to be alone. You were not made to be a bachelor or bachelorette single chilling ko rockets on a 40 chimita how this havana Christian school. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were made to have families and have lives of value, but nowadays, you know, it's about trends, and you know what I'm saying, it's about trends, you know. So there's no value in our lives nowadays. So I'm just like, I know that the ultimate goal is to have a family and all of that, but like, I just don't want to marry because someone tells, if it's not in my heart, it's definitely not gonna work, bruh. If it's not something I want to do, it's definitely not gonna work. And I don't want to be stuck in something because then the Bible says do not divorce. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think about the bigger picture. You have to think about the consequences, and you have to think about, if I get married just because the Bible says so, what if I get divorced? The Bible says I shouldn't. How about I make sure I marry when I'm ready? How about I make sure I marry for the right reasons? How about I make sure I marry and I marry the right person? How about I make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I go into it at my best as a person, and with the best person according to me. I take pride in the fact that I pray when I make moves. You know what I'm saying? I don't just make moves, and I don't just do things, and I don't try to control my life. I don't try to disregard God's plan. I don't want to look perfect or right in the eyes of the Bible. I don't want to do that. The things that are in my heart, God knows. I chose to trust the journey and realize and recognize that there's a difference between religion and a relationship with God. Because I remember when I felt pregnant, before I felt pregnant, I felt like, okay, my relationship is over. I think I spoke about this. I don't know which video it was. I don't know, guys. But I think I spoke about the fact that I thought, like, okay, this relationship is going nowhere. Like, I like to be challenged, guys. I like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to live nje, huiwe nje. Also, I'm not a friends type person. So there's no one keeping me busy. There's no one keeping my mind clouded with other people's business and whatever. My mind is always here. Like, I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking about things. I'm always, you know what I'm saying? I don't have anything clouding my judgment. So I was in this relationship, and I just felt like something needs to happen. And every time I get to that place, I have to pray. Every time I get to that place in a relationship, I pray, obviously. I'm just like, I need a sign, because I'm not really sure. I don't want to leave. I don't want to make the biggest mistake of my life, because I now have a reputation of just leaving good guys. Now I have a reputation of, like, why did you leave the nigga? Like, he was a good nigga. I have that reputation because, like I said, I'm always within my thoughts, and I'm always observing. I'm just like, that's not what I want, and I leave. So I was in this relationship and I just felt like this needs to go. Something needs to happen to show me that, okay, you're at the right place, is basically what I said. Obviously, my boyfriend spoke about marriage a lot. It was like, he knows it was boring me, and I told her, like, please stop. Like, no, why can't I express this to you? Like, you're my wife, I want to marry you, and all of that. And like I said, it's something it's not something I wanted. You know, I made it clear in the beginning, before he started talking about marriage. I told him, like, I'm not the marriage type, so we're not gonna go into it with that mentality. But as time went on, he expressed, I believe you're my wife, I want to marry you someday. And I was like, I would always brush it off, like, please stop. And then when I prayed about this, literally, I was gonna break up with him, and then I fell pregnant. And after I fell pregnant, everything just happened so fast. And now we live together and our baby. Like, it's just sometimes God saves you from yourself, that is not written in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That is not written in the Bible. You know, because then I would have left him. And he's an amazing man. He's amazing. He is amazing. He's a better person than I am. I've said this, like, he is the better half. Like, he is an amazing person. He's an amazing father. He's an amazing partner. He's just an amazing person. I am truly blessed. I will say this right now. But I almost left him. And had I not prayed and got the answer, I would have left him. And I would have. So I'm just saying that God saved me from myself, basically. And now I'm just going to be like, oh no, when I'm married, we can't have this baby. Like, I thought about it, like, oh my God, like, I'm pregnant, it's not in my plans. Like, we were stressed, my family, what are they gonna say? You know, I just started working. It was just, you know, a lot. It's a lot, you know, to process. But I had a support, and, you know, you have to acknowledge your blessings, and the fact that I have people are in shitty marriages. I'm not going to look down on my relationship because it's not a marriage. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to look down on my relationship because we don't have rings on. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Is it what I wanted to say? Because I talk too much. I talk too much. So I will see you guys in my next video. The next video is also a request, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't mind guys. I don't mind. If you have questions, like I said, ask me, I will answer them. If it's something that requires a video, obviously I'll make a video. If it doesn't, I'll just answer in the comments. But otherwise, oh, bye. I'll see you in my next video, I'll see you in my next video,